that percentage because they were saying I think Durant by himself is in a fucking league of his own right now. This man is just shooting lights out. He's never played better, honestly. I don't think he's played better basketball than this very year. Like, he's been able to play so much more patient. He's been able to, like, just literally catch and shoot. He does not, even though he was able to really catch and shoot a lot when he was at the Warriors, obviously, they had stupid ball movement over there. There's nothing in comparison to what's going on right now. I mean, yeah, it's really insane. Just the overall beauty that we're seeing, the poetry in motion that we're seeing from the Brooklyn Nets that, oh, by the way, are second in the East. I just wanted to throw that out there. Right now, currently, KD's leading the team in assists. No, he's not. He's not leading the team in assists. Harden is. But he's leading the team in points, averaging 30 right now. Like I said, playing the best basketball of his career. Literally catching and shooting. He doesn't have to do much. He has to literally just run up and down the court, play very minimal defense because their offense is that lethal. I will say we do need to work on our defense because the way that teams are able to just knife through the lane and get easy buckets at the hole, that's not okay. We can't have that. Like, even though we've been playing beautiful basketball and we've won, I think, the last 5 or 6, all of the games are over, like, 120. So, like, if we could play better defense and keep those score a little bit lower, that'd be fantastic because I don't want us to get carried away and just let our offense go crazy and then by playoff times we don't have very little defense. So I want us to be cautious of that, but at the same time, I really do trust what's going on over there. They are, hats off to Steve Nash, Mike D'Antoni, the whole entire staffing who is able to manage all 3 of those personalities, and hats off to all 3 of those guys for being able to balance themselves and play amazing basketball. Because like I said, this is fucking poetry in motion. They are dominating the game. The last game I watched was Brooklyn and Thunder. Obviously, Brooklyn is stupidly dangerous when they're in a flow. It really doesn't, like, okay, I wasn't surprised at all that KD sat out the game. I mean, he don't need to. All 3 of them do not need to play every night. They literally have such a deep roster that one of them can rest at a night's notice. It doesn't matter. So they just went to work on the Thunder. Where's the? I'm sure. They just went to work on the Thunder. Their ball movement and just overall pace that they set the entire game was actually really beautiful to watch. Joe Harris, beautiful performance. As usual, one of the best role players, in my opinion, in the league, and should have been an all-star by this time in his career, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Kyrie dropped 25. Harden dropped 25. DeAndre, 10 and 8 rebounds. We need it. Harden, another triple-double. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I can't say all 3 because I feel like Kyrie still has another level or another phase of his game to tap into. He always taps into a deeper level of his bag, like in the playoffs. So definitely not seeing everything Kyrie has right now. But in terms of like just fun with the game, overall flow, just yeah, I really love watching the Nets play. It's just, obviously, I'm a biased James Harden fan, but it's like, aside from that, the Nets just look so beautiful. Like, it was like, it almost reminds me of like when the Warriors were going crazy and they had KD, Steph, Clay, that whole roster. And even though you hated them because they were winning so much, it was still beautiful basketball. Like, you can't hate beautiful basketball. Like, if people are just playing the game the right way and making it look good all the time, can't do nothing but tip your hat and be like, yeah, one day we'll be like that. In that game, aside from Brooklyn, I did see Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a bright future, man. I think one of the best things so far in his career that could have happened for him was playing alongside Chris Paul because, as we all know, watching basketball, Chris Paul has been a top point guard in the league for, I want to say, at least the last 12 years. So, you know, to be able to learn and to be able to study up under someone like that who through his ability to understand the game and to play around other people, has got the name the point god. Like, bro, yeah, you got some good knowledge from that dude, like some good solid wisdom to help you elevate your game to that next level. And I truly think, like, towards the end of this season and definitely in the beginning of next season, we'll really start seeing Shy Gilgeous-Alexander come into his own, bro. Yeah, he's nice. What other games did I watch? Utah is playing good basketball, and they're playing good basketball without Donovan Mitchell, and that's really that's scary to see. Because if they can play really good basketball when Donovan Mitchell is either resting or if he's hurt or something like that, imagine playoff time. Jordan Clarkson, 6th man of the year. Don't at me. I'm calling it right now. Jordan Clarkson, 6th man of the year. The way he's been able to revamp his career and really step into a role, because when he was at the Lakers, they were asking him to do too much that was outside of his game. And that was because of dysfunction throughout the whole entire organization at that time. So you can't even just fault the coaching staff or the players. It really just was dysfunction from head to toe in the organization. So now that he's in a position where he can really just play his role and not be doing more than that, just playing my role, boy, he's thriving. What is he averaging? Jordan Clarkson. What are you averaging, boy? What you averaging? Averages 17, bro, it's 18 points. He's averaging 18, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And this is, like, that right there, that's perfectly goes in line with his game. He's a scorer, and sometimes when the window's open, he could facilitate. So, yeah, I really do think that long-term, he should stay. Long-term, they're going to keep him. And like I said, at the end of this year, there's no doubt in my mind he should be 6th man of the year. COVID is kicking Dallas's ass. They really need help. Their roster is suffering because of COVID, and it sucks. But yeah, Luka Doncic is doing a lot. He's really putting in work still hot, still playing extremely well, still an MVP candidate. But yeah, it's this year is just an interesting year, and it's just unfortunate that the uncontrollables are taking advantage of things that we usually can control. So it is what it is. Moving on to other teams in the West, I really do think that the Pelicans should trade Lonzo. I know there's been more talks about it. I personally think that Lonzo should be reunited with LaMelo. That would be fun to watch. They're both elevating their game. They're both I would say Lonzo understands more of his game and more comfortable with his game in the league, but LaMelo, he's still trying to figure things out, still trying to get comfortable, still trying to establish his dominance, which he's starting to do, but he has a long way to go. But I think it would be beneficial to pair them together and let them grow together. And if you sent Terry Rozier, listen to me. If somehow the Pelicans hear this, hear me and hear me well. Try and acquire Terry Rozier to be your point guard, your facilitator. He can score. Lonzo and Ingram are already hot right now, and you already got a shooter in Redick, and you got a big man in Steven Adams. Go get Scary Terry and let him lead that starting 5. I promise you, you guys will be blown away. I'm telling you, man. I'm just seeing it right now. I'm like, why is Scary Terry? First of all, why is he playing behind LaMelo? When LaMelo's still trying to figure things out. I know you guys are trying to get views on TV and everything like that, but fuck that. We're talking about for the betterment of the team, not for making money, but whatever. So the fact that I was thinking, like, why is Terry playing behind him? Oh, wait, I have a perfect idea. Just trade Terry Rozier to the Pelicans and let Lonzo and LaMelo get you all the fucking TV viewership you want. It's going to be fun to watch. Like I said, they're both coming into their game and starting to elevate their game. Let them do that together. That would make them the most comfortable ever. And then also, Terry Rozier would be back to normal, leading a team like he should be. And the team that he would be leading could potentially show up in the second round. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, that's something to think about, Pelicans. Something to think about, Hornets. You guys would get a lot of viewership if LaMelo and Lonzo were playing together, and Scary Terry and Lonzo's contracts are very easily switchable. So I'm just saying, like, they're not high value targets right now. Yeah, maybe you'd have to give Lonzo and a draft pick or something, but I don't see why you wouldn't want someone like Terry Rozier leading your offense when you have what's his name, Brandon Ingram, Zion, JJ Redick, who else they have? Jackson. Like, you have a great core, a great young core. Bring someone in who's on fire, who's like really ready to change a culture, ready to lead a culture more so. But I don't know. I really think it could work. I could be wrong, but I really think that could work. Milwaukee, they need scorers. Like I was saying, I think if Detroit does trade Derrick Rose, I would say Derrick, try and find your way to Milwaukee, because not only can Derrick score, he just can facilitate, and he's a great veteran presence. Maybe, yeah, I don't even see how they would pay Buddy Hield. They would have to pay him a lot of money because Buddy Hield is worth a lot of money right now, and that's why I want to see Buddy Hield at the Knicks, but that's another conversation. Yeah, Milwaukee needs another scorer. I just don't believe in Chris Middleton and Giannis late in game. I don't. And they'll have to prove me wrong, but I do not believe in them as scorers late game. Austin Rivers looks fucking happy in a Knicks uniform, and that makes me happy because he's a baller and he does his thing day in and day out. He showed his worth at Houston for that year and a half, and look where it's gotten him now. A starting spot with the Knicks, and he's balling out. Like, he's doing what he's been meant to do. Like I said, it takes time for people to find a system in which, one, they feel comfortable, but also where they feel their game can thrive. And he's found that, and that's why I really think it would be crazy if the Knicks went out and got Buddy Hield. Because if Buddy Hield was to be paired up with a young team who's on fire, who legitimately has a great coaching staff, I don't trust Luke Walton, bro. Get that weird-ass dude out of here. I don't trust him. Get Buddy Hield in a system, like a solid coaching system with Tom Thibodeau. Shit, bro. Fuck around and get a better offensive Jimmy Butler. That's all I'm gonna say. Let's see. Colin Sexton's career will be definitely fun to watch, but it's just gonna be fun to watch. That's it. He's probably not. I don't see him getting any rings. I don't see him making any big strides unless he demands a trade. And I don't see him demanding a trade because he's happy in Cleveland. And rightfully so. He's the man. He's putting up numbers. He's getting his bag. Very well beloved. You know what I'm saying? It's just like another Dame Lillard situation. Dame Lillard will never get a ring in Portland. That is my prediction. And that is a prediction I will hold true to because of what I've seen with James Harden. James Harden spent 8 years putting up historical numbers in Houston and never got a fucking ring. You think Dame Lillard is somehow going to change that because of the few things he's done? I believe James Harden and Dame Lillard been to the conference finals the same amount of times. I believe they've been to the finals the same amount of times. So, no. Harden's been to the finals once. Lillard's never been to the finals. So, and by the way, that Harden going to the finals wasn't even with Houston. That was with OKC his rookie or his sophomore year. So it's like, fam, I just genuinely do not like. Portland has probably had the most consistent roster in like the past 3 or 4 years. Generally speaking, they've had pretty much the most consistent roster. They haven't done very much bringing in high value pieces. Every time free agency comes around, they kind of just close shop and don't really talk about it, don't really talk to anybody, don't really give off any vibes that they're going to make any big moves. So, like, nobody's necessarily looking at Portland and saying, yeah, Dame, you're making the right decision by just staying there. You're really not, bro. I mean, unless he's that kind of player where he's like, I don't care about a ring. I'm just grateful for the opportunity to be in the league, to make my money, take care of my family, and to have a city love me. Like, that's a route you definitely can go, but if you're talking about all of that and getting a ring, it's not happening in Portland, Dame. Sorry. Isaiah Quickly, he's got some game. He's got some game, boy. I watched him last night. No, yeah, last night. They played against. Who the Knicks play? The Knicks played against. Why am I blanking on? Wow, it's crazy. They played against. Yeah, Cleveland. That's why I was talking about Colin Sexton. Yeah, played against Cleveland. Isaiah Quickly really does have some game, man. I was watching his flow and his ability to control pace, and that is a huge thing that a lot of people. I don't know. I feel like a lot of players just don't really necessarily like take that into account. If you can control the pace of the game, if you can control how the other team will react and how they are going to play, my God, you've won the game. So yeah, just that's one thing young players need to focus on. Find a way to dictate the pace of the game, and find a way. Once you've found how to dictate it, you need to find a way to flip that switch at will. That's the progression that young players need to go through. Learn all you can, but while you're learning all you can, you need to find a way where you affect pace. Because once you're affecting pace, nothing else matters. Because if you're affecting pace, everybody's playing off of you. So, yeah, I really think that he's going to have a bright future. I wouldn't be surprised to see Shai Gilgeous paired up with somebody like him. Because, like I said, yeah. One, Shai Gilgeous' future is so bright, it's crazy. He's going to be an all-star in the next 2 years. And then, two, once these younger players, because there's only a select few, and it's crazy how you can tell, but, like, there's always just, like, maybe 5 to 7 guys from each draft class that really elevate and become stars in the league or superstars, and like the rest of them, obviously they're hoopers, but they fall into that category of just like mediocre role players. Like, it just is what it is. And so to know that Isaiah Quickly, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Anthony Edwards, James Wiseman, even, because he's showing very much upside. Who else? Cole Anthony, but like guys like that are just gonna be that next phase of this is what basketball is gonna look like. And it's not like, oh wow, this is what basketball is. It's like, wow, I'm excited for this new era of basketball, because these young guys are really understanding how they will be able to shape the game. And I fuck with that. Evan Fournier, he's the new Tony Parker. Get him on a contender ASAP. Same with Terrence Ross. I don't understand. And maybe it really is politics and it goes that deep. And, like, these white owners, they just won't let players go. Or they just, you know what I'm saying, they have so much delusion in their head that they're going to do something with these teams. Let Terrence Ross go. Terrence Ross, if you see this somehow, get the fuck out of Orlando, bruh. Stop wasting your career getting stupid buckets for a trash team. Please. Bro, go to a contender. I don't care. Like, you have the numbers to demand a trade. That's what's crazy. Is like some dudes, their confidence be so low in themselves. Not just like in what's going on around. No, they just be having no confidence in themselves. Terrence Ross, you have been a staple bucket getter for years. You are a reliable bucket. Why are you sitting here and taking the bare minimum and working for bullshit Orlando when they, like, bro, if you and Zach LaVine got together, holy shit. Are you serious? Or if you fucking showed up and you were on, oh, I don't know, Portland? You, Dame, and CJ? Like, I don't understand why you're taking the bare minimum, Terrence. Like, I don't care if the money's that nice, bro. At some point in time, people have to look beyond that shit, and your legacy is just gonna be that you got buckets. Come on, bro. You know you're bigger than that. So it's like, find a way on a contender, man. Terrence Ross, please find a way to get on contender. You, Bradley Beal, why are you not in a Pacers uniform, filling out that roster, leading them to the second round, even maybe conference finals, bro? Malcolm Brogdon, Bradley Beal, Miles Turner, Domantas Sabonis. Are we kidding? Like, Why are you guys so dead set on I'm gonna stay here and be faithful to trash? And deep down, you know you want to win a ring. And at this point in your career, you've been cashed out with multiple contracts. Why are you playing this cat and mouse game of, nah, we'll be good, nah, we'll get something? No, the grass is not greener in Washington, Bradley. It's not. You're seeing right now, it's not. You dropped 47 the other night, and y'all niggas lost by 20. How does that feel? That is literally someone taking a shit on your face, Brad. Go. Like, you don't have no kind of ties to them, bro. I don't care if they're going to give you a ultra super max with a rim job, bro. Get the fuck out of there. You are not getting no rings in Washington. None. I don't care what nobody says. None. John is not getting no rings in Houston. Him and Boogie ain't doing shit. Get yourself a ring. You've got money. You've got the stardom. You've got the respect of everybody in the league. Now you need to go get a ring. Why do you think James Harden was like, nah, get me the fuck out of here, and he left in that fashion? Bruh, he has a stupid bag, bro. Stupid money from Adidas. A bunch of endorsements that he did over the 8 years that he was in Houston. Why do you feel obligated to keep giving them what they cannot give you, which is the pieces to win the championship? Because, Brad, if we're being honest, you guys have not been spending crazy amounts of money on people except for you and John. So that means that they're choosing not, like, y'all could have went to go get Paul George. You could have went to go get, you could have tried, well, no, James wasn't going there, so never mind. Let me not even just say that. But it's like, you guys, I don't know, bro. I don't know why people stay in markets just for, no, bro. At some point, you have to smarten up and be like, yeah, but I've done all I can here. You have. It's been expired. It's literally been expired. Nobody's looking at Bradley Beal and saying, yeah, he's going to bring a championship by himself to Washington. No. Stop. I need you to smarten up. I need you to get some confidence about yourself, get some wits about you, and demand a fucking trade, Brad. Like, honestly, like, people I expect to see moved by the trade deadline, and all that politics shit on, oh, contracts don't match up, you guys can make it work. You just made a 4-team deal work with James Harden. You guys can make it work, bro. Get Bradley Beal to the Pacers. Find a way to make that shit work. Terrence Ross, you need to be moved by the deadline. You need to find a way to get on a goddamn contender so you can get some real numbers under your belt. Because let's be honest, bro. Hold on. Let's go to, no, because it's crazy to me that Terrence Ross has been accepting this, like, mediocrity for his whole entire career. Terrence, you really telling me you're averaging 15 when I've seen you on multiple nights drop 25? You're telling me you're comfortable just averaging 15 for a trash-ass team when I know good and well you can average 25 on a contender? Really? So you're just cool. Alright. I'm gonna just let that marinate. Just let it marinate. Because right here, you're shooting 42%, but you're only averaging 15 points. So that lets me know you're not even getting enough minutes. Okay. All right, bro. Like I said, I could be wrong. I could be the one out of sorts, not really knowing what's going on, but at the end of the day, people got to start making up their mind on how they're going to be remembered in this league. And Terrence Ross is a fucking bucket. And being remembered as a guy who was just a role player on a mediocre-ass team and that never achieved anything, that's not it, bro. That's not it. And you know that. You're a fucking hooper, and that's not it. Same with Bradley Beal, bro. Why are you constantly okay with dropping 40 points and still losing all the time? And you've been doing this for like 2 seasons in a row. So this is not just this season that this is starting and we're just seeing how shitty the situation. No, you've been doing this since John got hurt. 2 years. And you're just cool. Being mediocre. No, excuse me. Being extremely exceptional in a mediocre situation. That's what's going on with you. Okay. Smarten up, Brad. Demand a trade. You have the pool, you have the player value, you already have the money. Demand a fucking trade so you can get a ring, bro. I don't understand why you want to keep yourself in this fucking box. Go to Dallas. Go to Miami. Like I said, the most ideal situation is that you go to Indiana and you go crazy with Malcolm Brogdon and you guys turn into the best backcourt in the league. I'm just saying. But for like, well, not the best backcourt because you're not going to outdo James Harden and Kyrie or KD and Harden or KD and Kyrie. It's just not going to happen. But like I'm saying, you guys could be a really special backcourt, but like the fact that people are just so dead set on, I'm going to try and change this situation. Okay, well, ask the guys who came before you how that worked out. Okay. Who else we talking about today? Before we end this thing. I am sold long term on the Hornets. They're fun to watch. That's why I said Lonzo and LaMelo should be paired back up. Because if they were able to keep that core, like, it's really a clean trade. Lonzo for Scary Terry. It's not affecting any organization that deep, but it also makes both organizations more fun to watch. You have better facilitation and scoring with the Pelicans, and then you just have an all-out fun show to watch with the Ball brothers. With a solid core. It's not like, oh, it's just the Ball brothers and then nobody else. No, you got Miles Bridges, you got Devontae Graham, Bismack Biyombo, fucking Gordon Hayward. You have fun players to watch, but it's just going to be that much more enjoyable knowing that you have the Ball brothers playing together and they're dominating together. And their game is elevating and growing together. Ending with, yeah, like I said, starting the petition for Bradley Beal. Please get that. No, it's not even a please. You guys have until the deadline to get that man out of Washington. He doesn't want to be there. I don't care. I don't care how many times he tries to sell that bullshit ass lie. He does not want to be in DC. He's tired of it. There's nobody to help him. Russ, offensively, you are a detriment. Yeah. I don't think Russell Westbrook can play with any other superstar because of how detrimental his game is to a team. So I don't even know why Bradley would be. Yeah, I don't know. I just would be demanding a trade, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just different and I think much more broad than these people, but it's like I'm not gonna. If I couldn't make it work with, excuse me. If I'm Bradley Beal and I say, wow, I've been here 8+ years with the Wizards, and for more than half of that time, me and John couldn't make it work, man. Couldn't make a playoff run, couldn't do shit by myself. You know, we had a couple years where I played by myself and I kind of just ran the team and offensively led everything, and we still couldn't do shit. And man, I think I'm just gonna go for it again. Why? How do you compute that logic? And you can't fucking sell me on, well, contracts. No, James Harden had 2 years left in his Houston contract and still found a way to force himself out. Don't make excuses. You're just being a punk. Like, that's it. You're just being you're being a little fucking child, bro. Man up, take control of your future, and get a ring. It's that simple. Boston's gonna be special in the playoffs this year. Jason Tatum stepping up into his own. Like I said before, I'm disappointed with Kemba Walker. Yeah, I hope he finds a way to like revive his game because right now he's looking real mediocre. Lakers looking spot on right now, except for their bench is not as deep as it should be for the playoffs. So we'll see how that pans out as the season progresses. Anthony Edwards. I'm very excited to see him be an all-star within the next 3 years. Yeah. Like I said, for all the young players out there, just find a rhythm. Try to find a rhythm because your rhythm from college and the NBA rhythm is going to be different. So establish a rhythm. And then after you've established a rhythm, find a way to control pace of the game. Because if you're affecting... And it's not like you have to be at the forefront of controlling pace, but like... For example, James Harden is amazing at controlling pace throughout the game, but the majority of how he controls the pace of the game really shows up in the fourth quarter. So find a fraction of the game where you can hone in and say, this is where because you're on a team, bro. So other people can be thinking the same way, like, okay, how can I affect the game in this kind of way? So if you're saying, man, I'm only really in my bag midway through the third quarter, get the fuck in your bag every game midway through the third quarter and watch the rest of everybody else fall in the line. So, yeah, that's all we got, man. It's been a solid episode. We have got some great thoughts out there. I really, really hope something sticks with you guys. I know some stuff I said was controversial. I know a lot of people are not going to agree with some of the destinations I want players to end up in, but at the same time, I don't give a shit because I really want to see people win. I want to see people enjoy their careers. I want to see people reach the ceiling of their careers, and staying in a position where you just lose but you're showing out, that's not it, bro. That's not really putting all of your energy into what God gave you. So I do get that. I do get the aspect of, man, I'm just trying to get the bag. But for someone like Bradley Beal, who's already had a max contract in his career, and I think is about to get offered the Supermax, or already got offered the Supermax, I'm not even 100% sure. Bro, find a way to leave. You don't deserve the suffering that you're going through right now. You should not ever in life drop 47 in a game and you guys still lose by 20. That does not make sense, Bradley. You cannot even turn that into a... You can't, bro. That makes zero sense. You drop 47 and you guys lose by 20? Explain. Don't even matter if Russ was playing or not. That is unacceptable. That is a situation you are choosing to stay in. Get the fuck out of there. Same with Buddy Hield, man. There's too much controversy, butting heads between the front office and De'Aaron, and there's a lot of unspoken butting heads. So get the fuck out of the awkward situation. Go to a place where you're going to be valued at the highest level and where you can play at the highest level, because you're already showing glimpses of what you can do. We've seen you hit game winners. We've seen you be clutch. We've seen you close games. We've seen you do the things necessary to lead a team, or to be that second piece to lead a team. Go fucking do that somewhere else, man. It's not going to happen with De'Aaron. It's just not. It's just not, bro. Like, you, De'Aaron, and Marvin Bagley is not going to do shit, especially in the West. The West is tough, bro. Right now, as the Warriors are constructed, they're wiping the floor with you guys. And the Warriors is not the best team. So, yeah, I really hope people take to heart, like, yo, I'm not going to waste any more of my career. James Harden just made that decision himself this past offseason. Yo, I'm done wasting any more of my career because I want a ring. That's the end-all, be-all. You can have all the... He's got scoring titles. He's got an MVP. Should have two. But he's got an MVP. Scoring titles. Sixth man of the year early on in his career. Bro, he has the accolades. He just doesn't have a ring. Why do I need to keep wasting time in a place I know I'm not going to get a ring? That makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. So, man, enjoy. God bless. Keep the vibe strong. Keep watching basketball. We'll be back next week. Please like, share, and subscribe to Franchise and Demise. Have a good one.